Let me tell you why your marketing budget could be killing your business. If you're a health or fitness coach or you run an online business, you're going to want to pay attention to this. Hey, what's going on? Yuri Elkaim here, founder and CEO of Healthpreneur. We help health professionals and coaches get more clients and scale their businesses online. And let me ask you a question. Why would you need a budget for something that provides a positive or potentially an infinite return? I don't understand that. You see, a lot of people talk about having a marketing budget, and it's funny because they don't have a business that even would necessitate a budget, require a budget. And I think a lot of this conversation comes from, looking at big companies like Coca-Cola, who have fixed budgets that need to be spent on a quarterly basis on advertising and marketing, regardless of the response of those campaigns. But you and I, who are running smaller businesses, medium-sized businesses, where we can directly see the response from our advertiser and marketing dollars, it makes absolutely zero sense to have a budget if you know what you're doing, which is what I want to share with you in this video. So here's the first thing is so the only time you would need a budget, to be honest, is when you don't know what you're doing. If you're like, I've got $50,000 and I have no way of knowing if I'm going to get a return on that, but I need to spend it somehow, then you've got a marketing budget. But that's kind of stupid, right? So I'm going to give you 3 things to understand to obliterate marketing budgets out of your vocabulary and show you what to do instead. If you want to grow your business, get more clients, make a lot more money, and just think a little bit smarter. So the first thing you need to do is you need to create a predictable machine in your business that is able to spit out $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 for every $1 you put in. So think of it like you go to a vending machine, you choose A1 and a Snickers bar falls down. You need that level of predictability in your business. And if you're like a lot of the health coaches that come to us for help or health experts that come to us for help, there is no machine in the business. The machine is haphazard, it's random. How do people find you? I don't know, a friend told them about me, word of mouth, they walk by, they somehow find me. That's not a business, right? There's no predictability, there's no system, there's no machine there that you can rely on. So what you need to do is you need to build one, and you need to build a machine where when you take it out to the market, it predictably produces a return that you can quantify, that you can predictably start to project into the future based on that. So as an example, one of the things that we help our clients do, and I'll just show this on the screen. I've shot other videos on this, so you can always search the channel for this as well. Actually, I'll link up in the description to one of the videos that will show you exactly how to do this. So one of the things that we help our clients do primarily is help them get more clients. They come to us because right now no one knows who they are and they have no clients, or they don't have where they want to be, and they want to be over here with lots of clients. So we help them through this process, 4-step process called a perfect client pipeline. There's 4 steps. I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing because I've already shot many other videos walking you through this. Again, I'll link up to those in the description below. But what I do want to highlight here is that this is relying on advertising on the front end. And for the most part, we start off our clients on Facebook ads because it's probably the easiest platform to understand if you're a relatively new to advertising. And you don't have to be, crazy on that 24/7 like a optimization specialist or anything. You can go about your day, you can check in for 20, 30 minutes, you're good. So here's what we help them do is we help them, let's just use examples that are relatively round. So let's say that we spend $100. Actually, let's put $1,000 in ads, okay? So you spend $1,000 in ads. Let's say you're getting leads in. So we're going to get some people who are opting in to watch a masterclass, a webinar, online training. You have people coming in, and let's say you're paying $3 per lead, Okay. So you spent $1,000, you've acquired at $3 a lead, which is going to give you 333 leads roughly. Now, a percentage of those people are going to go to the next step, which is what we call ask and assess, which is essentially an application. Here, again, not everyone's going to go there. So let's, in our world, we'll just call it 2% of these people. So if I do the math here, 333 times 2%, we'll call this roughly 7 calls. So 7 people are going to book a call. And let's say 1 or 2 of them are unqualified. One of them's a no-show. So let's just say you speak with 5 people and you enroll 1 out of 5 enrolled. Now, I'm being very conservative here. I'm assuming that you're not the world's best person when it comes to sales. If you are, that's amazing. Those numbers can be a lot higher. Now, here's the thing, is that I'm not saying you're selling a $97 ebook. You're selling a coaching package or a coaching program in this context that is in the neighborhood of $2,000 to $5,000. And I'm talking about health experts here, okay? So let's just say on the low end, you're spending $1,000 to enroll 1 client at $2,000. You see that? So you're spending $1,000 to make $2,000, and this is on the low end. Now, is it always going to work out like this? Not at all. Like, these are average numbers that we've seen having done this for many, many years. What if you enroll 2 out of those 5 clients? Now you're at $4,000. That's a 4-to-1 ROI. What if your price point's $5,000 instead of 2? Now you enroll 1 client, it's $5,000 in revenue, $1,000 spent in advertising. So my question to you is, why do you need a budget? Why would you not try to spend as much as you possibly can, at least in terms of the client load you can handle, if those were the numbers? Do you see where I'm going with this? You don't need a budget when you have a predictable machine like this. And the reason it's a predictable machine is because 90% of it is automated. The only thing you do that's not automated is jump on the phone with qualified prospects. So this is the first step, is creating that predictable machine in your business to attract people instead of you chasing them, and then walking them through a very predictable process where you can start to forecast what the numbers are going to look like based on a limited amount of data. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you need to be able to recoup your ad costs, your marketing expenses as soon as possible so that your cash flow can pay for the marketing. So your cash flow from the acquisition of those clients pays for the marketing to those clients. Does that make sense? Let me put this another way. One of the most important things that Warren Buffett looks at when he's investing in companies are companies that, number one, have very low capital expenditure. Therefore, they don't have huge office space or equipment like capital expenditure. But the second thing he looks for are companies that are able to cover their expenses with cash flow. And so what I mean by that is, in this scenario, if you spend $1,000 a month, you're putting that on your credit card if you're running Facebook ads. If you can't pay that $1,000 back based on cash flow generated from your business, and you have to then take out a loan, or you have to continue riding that $1,000 on your credit card for months and months and months, that's a problem, right? But the beautiful thing about having a system like I just showed you, the perfect client pipeline, is that when you put $1,000 down on ads, right, within 30 days, so within a couple of days, depending on the scenario, that if you enroll 1 client, 2 clients, you take that money, whatever you spent on ads, you put it right back on your credit card, that expense is now gone. So your cash flow in the business is covering the operating costs or the marketing expenses of the business. Does that make sense? And this is why it's so important to have this type of machine dialed in where you can quickly recoup this. And this is why I'm gonna tie this into the third piece here, which is why you have to increase your prices so you can outspend the competition. When it comes to advertising, when it comes to business in general, the rule is he or she who can spend the most, not the least, the most to acquire a client wins. So let me share with you why this is important. So let's go back up to that example of $1,000. Let's say that you have some self-worth issues and you're only charging $197 for whatever reason. Everything else is the same. You're getting the same number of people. Everything else is the same. The difference now is that those 1 out of 5 enrollments, that person is paying you $200. You spent $1,000 to make $197. You're now negative $800 cash flow. Major issue, right? You can't cover your own expenses. That's why you have to charge more. Okay? It's really, really simple. If you charge, so let's look at this. So we'll say ad spend. Let's just draw this out here. So we have low price, high price. Let's see if I can make this work. All right, so $197, $1,000 ad spend, okay? Over here we have $2,000. So right away, let's just make the math relatively simple. You are negative $800 roughly. Over here, you are actually positive $1,000. Okay, so here you are, and here I am. So let's say that you're the low price, I'm the high price guy, and you're running ads on Facebook. You're like, man, in 30 days, and let's just say this is 30-day ROI, okay? So 30-day ROI. Now, I understand that there are some companies that, are in the negative for the first couple months because they turn a positive 6 months down the road. That's fine. But I'm saying in 30 days, here's the challenge, is you can't maintain a negative $800 cash flow month over month, right? Unless you've got tremendous amounts of cash just sitting around, ready to burn. On the other hand, I, who's making $1,000 net profit on that $1,000 every single time, I can continue spending forever. So when we look at advertising platforms like Facebook, Google, any advertising platform is an auction-based platform. And essentially what that means is if we look at it through a different lens, this is the marketplace of people advertising. Okay, so we have company one over here, another guy over here, another guy over here, another guy over here, another guy over here. Looks like a chocolate chip cookie, okay? And let's say their lifetime value or their average cart value, let's just say is, this guy is $200. This guy is $400. This person's selling an ebook for $30, right? And then here you come over here, right? This big behemoth, and you're charging $2,000 30-day revenue, right? Average cart value. So what happens now is when we look at the cost of advertising, these competitors are not going to be able to keep up with you because you're able to outspend them. So in this person's case, they might only be able to spend $1 per lead because they only have $30 to work with. This person over here might be able to spend $5 per lead, right? Knowing their margins at $400. You're like, you know what? Screw it. I don't know. I'll pay $20 a lead because I can outspend everyone else. And I know that at $20 a lead, I'm still going to be profitable. So this is how you win in business, is you increase the price, right? And we're not saying increase the price from a purely financial perspective. If you're a coach, if you're a health expert, if you're looking to transform people's lives, and I've got other videos on this, please go down the rabbit hole on this if you have issues with pricing. Pricing is about your clients. It's not about you. It's about helping them be committed to actually doing the work. How many, have you ever, maybe you currently have a subscription that's $10 a month. Are you really fully committing and showing up for that? I'm not. I pay Harvard Business Review $12 a month, I think. I can't even remember the last time I went to the website. With that said, I should probably cancel the subscription. But I pay about $7,000 a month in coaching. You better believe I'm showing up for that, okay? You can't, there's no contesting that. It's irrefutable. So if you're in the business of transforming someone's life and their health, you have to charge more. It's better for them. From a business perspective, you dominate your market by charging more because of what I just showed you. You outlast the competition. They can't keep up. They can't keep spending to the level that you can because you have so much more margin than they do. If you're trying to make a funnel like a $10 book funnel with the upsell, like that whole value ladder upsell flow. Listen, like my other business in the health and fitness space, it was built on that. So I understand we had hundreds of funnels. We had one book launch. It was a free plus shipping book launch. We had 9 different upsell flows. And the whole purpose of those upsell flows was to improve the cart value from $19 to our target of $24. It's ridiculous. It's so much work for such nonsense. Versus you charge $2,000, naturally you're going to have less volume of people working with you. But do you want more volume of people working with you, or do you want more money? Do you want more headaches, or do you want more profit? And the thing is, the more money you make, the more you can help, the more you can serve, the more people you ultimately impact. So when you charge more, you can dominate your space, you can outlast the competition. And when you have a predictable machine like the perfect client pipeline that I just quickly walked you through, you have a predictable way that you can put $1 in, make 2, 5, 10 a return, depending on your price points and how the metrics work out, in a very fast manner. I'm not saying you put in $1,000 this month and you wait a year to make it back. I'm talking about you invest $1,000 this month and you've already made it back tomorrow, possibly. Okay. Again, every business is different, but that's what's possible. And that's why having a marketing budget is absolutely archaic if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, then please watch my videos because I'll show you exactly how to do this properly. So I hope that's made sense for you. If you want to go deeper on how this perfect client pipeline works, if you're a health expert, you want to get more clients, you want to not play the posting videos on Instagram game, which is not even a business, and you're tired of creating content no one ever sees, and you want a much more predictable machine to do all that, watch the next video that I've included below, which will walk you through the perfect client pipeline, how it all works. And just so you know, like this YouTube channel, as of this recording, doesn't get a ton of views. I don't have a ton of subscribers, but I don't need that. I mean, 98% of our business is through what I just showed you. I do this because I love doing this. I do this because I want to add value, and I see the value in creating this type of content for the long term. I don't need this video to produce clients for me right away. So there's a very big difference when I say creating content no one sees, which is kind of like this video, and creating content no one sees that you rely on to get clients from. Because we're talking about a marketing budget, but you should also be thinking about an energy budget. How much time and energy are you pouring into things that are not producing results for you? Because I promise you, it's way better to create systems and machines in your business that are going to work for you for years to come. That's then going to free you up to do other things like this or other things that are, meaningful in your life. So I just want to end with that because it's not just about the money. It's about where you put your energy. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this, let me know in the comments below, subscribe to the channel, and watch the next video that I've included for you in the description. Thank you so much. Yuri Elkaim here signing off. I'll see you in the next video.